Welcome dear students. In the previous class, we have studied the history of computers, wherein we have come to know how modern day digital computers have evolved. Now, we all know that modern day computers have evolved to bear five major functional units, namely the input unit, the storage unit, the control unit, the processing unit, and the output unit. In the subsequent classes, we shall deal with these functional units one by one. Today, we are going to discuss about the component of desktop computer which is called as system unit. It covers the control unit as well as processor unit of a typical modern day digital computer. The principal learning objective of this session is to know about the system unit, its component and the utility of these components. So let's get started. Students, the picture you see here on the right hand side is called as system unit. It is often called as chassis, a computer case or a tower. It is called as tower because most of the time it is placed vertically alongside a monitor or a keyboard. But there are times when they are also found placed horizontally on the table on which monitors are placed. Students, nowadays motherboard and system units are becoming more and more compact. Therefore, at times, system units are also found attached at the back of the monitors. It contains one or more push buttons on the front side, above which there are slots for disk drive and floppy drives. Floppy drives have become obsolete nowadays, and most of the modern day computers do not have slots for floppy drives. The most prominent push button is meant for switching off and on the computer. The basic function of outer case of system unit is to protect the inner delicate components. The various components of system units are motherboard, the processor, random access memory, power unit, etc. The system unit performs majority of function that a computer is required to do. All the processing or computing power of the computer is because of this box called system unit. The motherboard. The motherboard resides inside the system unit. It is often called as system board or main board. It contains several types of electronic components and its circuitry. You can see slots for the RAM, the processor with its cooling fan, graphic cards, etc. in the picture on the slide. The most important electronic component of motherboard is a processor. We shall discuss about it in the next slide. Now coming to CPU. It looks like rectangular metallic chip as you can see on the picture. There is a rectangular slot on the motherboard on which CPU is placed. It is referred to as the brain of the computer because it controls function of the other parts of the component and the peripheral devices attached to the computer. It looks like a rectangular metallic chip as you can see on the picture. There is a rectangular slot on the motherboard on which CPU is placed. It is referred to as the brain of the computer because it controls function of other parts of the computer and the peripheral devices attached to the computer. It communicates with the processor and works on its direction. It does all the mathematical calculations and logical operations on the data. Therefore, it is very important part of the computer. Now we will discuss parts of CPU. First one is control unit. It is the part of the CPU which directs and coordinates most of the operations and instructions in the computer. ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. This part performs arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. It also performs comparison operations between two entities like greater than, equal to and less than, etc. Logical operations such as and, or and not between two condition statements. The speed of a CPU is measured in megahertz or gigahertz. Now the next component is RAM or random access memory. As you can see in the picture, it looks like a narrow rectangular board, open green in color with stacked electronic chips. It is called as primary or main memory. Unlike hard disk, it can store the data till the time computer is on and the power is available. Its major role is to store data temporarily and make it readily available to the processor on demand. It does not have any movable part, therefore it is faster than hard disk in data transmission. Whenever a program is launched, it is first stored in RAM. Now, disk drive. Disk drive comes in many forms. It can be hard disk, CD-ROM, DVD drive or Blu-ray drive. They are basically used for storing and holding data. Hard disk is usually inside the cabinet of the system unit. Although external hard disks are also available. Nowadays, 500 GB to 1 TB hard disks are commonly available in the market. As far as DVD or CD drives are concerned, they are normally found installed within the cabinet of the system unit. Their role is to read and write data into CDs and DVD discs. Blu-ray discs are just a variant of functionality of DVD drives which operate on special kind of disc called Blu-ray disc. The power supply. Children, computer consists of highly sophisticated electronic components which can get damaged by fluctuation in current. Therefore, there is a need to manage external power supply on the desired parameters. Also, many electronic components work on DC rather than AC. We need power supply cabinet in the computer because it converts AC current into DC. It is also installed inside the system unit. The power supply unit also provides a signal to motherboard to indicate when DC voltages are in desired specification so that the computer is able to safely power up and boot. Children, you can see here at the back of the system unit there are several kinds of holes and slots which are meant for connecting system unit with several peripheral devices. These holes or slots come in different shapes and sizes. Their role is to act as a plug-in slots for wired connection with the computer accessories. With this, we come to the end of this session. This is all about system unit. Now you are supposed to do some exercises on your own based on today's session. These exercises are mentioned in the book as well as here for your ready reference. I have mentioned these exercises at the end of the slideshow. You are suggested to do these exercises on your own. In case you need any assistance, you can have a look on the answers which I have mentioned alongside every exercise.